How's it going, race fans? Eric here, and I'm back with an exciting announcement. As many of you all know, I've been on YouTube here for, almost 7 years, and for the bulk of that time, my channel has been very widely known for NASCAR racing, and more specifically, NASCAR stop motion animation. I've always been interested in animation since I was very young, and I've also really loved racing, and so I've been able to combine the two for years on this channel, and it built up millions and millions of views. The vast majority of the reason my channel is what it is today is because of NASCAR stop motion videos. And more importantly than that, specifically a series known as the DECS Cup series. I've done, more than 70 stop motion races, 8 total seasons of DECS Cup series DECS Racing, and I'm very excited to tell you all that we're back for 2018. I've been talking about this a little bit for a while now, but yes, there is a new DECS Cup series season about to start. In fact, right around the corner, this next weekend here in just a few days, race 1 will be out. And I know what a lot of you longtime fans are thinking, wait, hold on, did I miss signups? And no, you did not miss signups. I am not doing signups for this season of the DECS Cup series, and I'll give you a few reasons why. Firstly, and I'll go into more detail here in just a moment, this season is gonna be very different than the other 8 seasons or so that you guys have seen of DECS Racing. Secondly, I feel like nowadays these videos, the DECS Cup Series races, get 10, 20, 30, 40, sometimes hundreds of thousands of views, and more often than not, I'm only able to really have signups or sponsorships, as I like to call them, for 400 or 500 people at most. And so I just kind of felt like at this point, everyone likes to root for their favorite driver anyways. I didn't think signups are super duper necessary for this season. So don't worry, you didn't miss any signups. There were no signups for this season. I hope you're still able to show up and root for your favorite drivers in each race as they come out, because I think that's what makes these series the most fun. So I wanted to keep this video pretty short. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the new format for this upcoming DECS Cup series season. You'll notice I haven't been calling it season 9 so far, and that's because due to a multitude of circumstances, which I'll get into in a minute, this season is not going to be a full traditional DECS Cup series season with 8 to 10 or 12 races like all the other ones have been. This series that I'm about to start is going to be known as the DECS Cup Series Tournament of Champions. Yeah, made that logo myself. Only took me a few hours longer than it should have. So yeah, you're probably thinking, tournament style? What does that mean? What is happening? And well, yes, this season is going to be tournament style, and it's pretty easy to explain, I think. So let's see if I can make it easy and quick and understandable. The DECS Cup Series Tournament of Champions is going to be 4 races long. In race 1, we'll start with 22 cars from 22 of the best drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series today. And we'll do our first race, which you can see the track here behind me. Spoiler alert, it's the DECS Raceway, I guess is what I've called it. Those 22 cars will compete in the first race, and from there, the top 15 finishers will move on to race or round number 2. And so from there, we kind of develop a pattern. Race 2, which will be out in a couple weeks, don't know exactly when yet, will feature those 15 drivers, and from those 15, the top 10 finishers in that race will move on to round 3. And yes, the pattern continues. Round 3 will have 10 cars, and from there, the top 5 finishers in that race will move on to the championship finale race. And so in that 4th race, the final race, the winner will be the DECS Tournament of Champions champion. Pretty easy to understand. We're basically chopping the field off race by race. We'll go from 22 down to 15, down to 10, down to 5, and then ultimately we'll have just the last man standing. So that's basically it. This format means that the field is going to shrink race to race. So as the races go on, the rounds continue, we'll have less and less cars on track until this final race is just going to be a sprint between the top 5 drivers. This will hopefully add a little more drama, a little more suspense to making it. That cut line is going to be very important each race. People are going to be following their favorite drivers to make sure they can advance and advance, because there's a lot riding on it if you don't. So in a nutshell, that's basically it. I know it's different, I know it's a lot shorter, and maybe not optimal from what a lot of you longtime viewers are looking for, but let me get real for a minute. Like I said earlier, this channel, a lot of what it is, was built on the backs of the success of the DECS Cup Series, early races that I did when I was 13, 14, 15 years old. Those videos did so well, attracted a lot of new people to this channel, and really built up the NASCAR base that we have here. And I'm honestly forever grateful for that. I could never fully communicate how much it means to me, how successful these videos have been, how much all of your support, especially those of you who've been here for years, how much that support really means to me, because it is incredible. But those of you who follow my channel really closely know that at the end of 2016, I started college. And up until about a year ago, I lived in a very small dormitory with a person I didn't really know, and I literally didn't have the space or the time or the resources to make stop motion races. I just finished DECS season 7 at that point, and in the back of my head, I thought that might be the last season. I tried to put a lot of effort into the last couple races, and I was really proud of how they came out, but I just knew, starting college, living away from home, living in such a small space where I was not gonna have literally enough room to set up a track, I knew that very likely that could have been the end of the W Cup Series. By popular demand, people always asking about it, and obviously I know how much this series means to a lot of people. I know a lot of people really like it, and I enjoy making it in a lot of ways for that reason. I decided last summer that I would try to make a season 8. In the summer of 2017, last summer, a year ago, I went home back to Houston and set up in my old studio and tried to churn out as many races as I could and tried to fit a whole season into just a couple of short months. And that ended up being very difficult. I ended up spilling that over into the 2017 fall semester, where I now live in a apartment where I have a bigger room where I really realistically have enough space to set up at least medium to shorter racetracks. So I was able to finish season 8. But it was very difficult for me to really find the time and the energy to continue to make these races and make them as good as I could possibly make them. So as many of you know who've paid a lot of attention to my channel, the focus lately has been with Out of the Groove, which has been a commentary show featuring me where I talk about the real news and give analysis and give opinions on all the different stuff going on in the real NASCAR Cup Series world. And I've been giving that a lot of focus the last 2 years since I got to college. Part of why I started Out of the Groove is because I knew I wanted to continue this NASCAR online community that we kind of built up here from the W Cup Series. I wanted to continue that in some way, but because I couldn't keep doing stop motion races, I figured what's the next best thing I could possibly do? And so that's why I started Out of the Groove when I started college in 2016, and it's been continuing to now, and it's grown a lot, and I've met some really cool people to do that podcast with that some of you guys watch, and it's been incredible what that show's been able to become, and it's really allowed me to express my own opinions, express my own creativity about the sport, and share my opinions with all of you, and hear all of your opinions back, and that's been amazing. And that's still going to be kind of the focus going forward. Out of the Groove is still the focus of this channel at the moment because it's what I have the most time, it's what I have the most resources for, and I think it's the most helpful for me going forward. Because that's also how the W Cup Series kind of comes into play, is I'm in college, I'm studying film here in Austin, Texas at a big university that's very well known, has a great program. I'm spending a lot of money to try and make my dreams, my future, hopefully come true the way I want it to. And the truth is, unless this channel suddenly grows up, blows up, and gets 300,000 or 400,000 subscribers overnight, I'm never going to be able to make a living off of NASCAR stop motion racing. It's just unlikely. And so that's part of why I've had to kind of divert some of my focus into other areas, whether that be with real NASCAR commentary, whether that be with just, my schooling and doing other film stuff on the side to help with my hopefully future career. And so I hope that you longtime supporters of the W Cup Series, I know some of you are very young, maybe this doesn't really make any sense to you yet, this stage of your life hasn't gotten here yet, but I hope that you guys, a lot of you understand that, I want to keep doing W Cup Series stop motions. I'd love to do more NASCAR parodies than I'm able to do, but those take a lot of time and a lot of effort. And at the end of the day, I just have so many other things going on in my life that are equally or more important going forward that I just have to spend a lot of energy on. I love NASCAR, I love making these stop motion races, and I love everything that this community and everything that this channel has become, and I'm obviously going to keep continuing it, but there's going to be some varying content. Everything has to change eventually, and I really like how this channel has been evolving the last couple of years especially, and I hope that you guys continue to stick around because I really appreciate the support, and I'm never going to stop making videos here about NASCAR. Even if I'm making movies in 20 years or something like that, I'd love to still have this channel around where I can just sit here and talk about racing or whatever's going on in the racing world. Honestly, I don't ever want this to end. So that's why I'm bringing back the W Cup Series for the Tournament of Champions. It's going to be only 4 races, which I understand is maybe shorter than you guys would like, but hopefully this opens the door for me to do more stop motion stuff in the future. Hopefully this opens up the door to reaching new partners, new people to help out, new financial opportunities for this series. That's really, would be incredible, and that would really allow me to continue to grow this the way I want to and the way I think you guys want me to. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. This is a long video. Hopefully the first half helped give you guys an insight into how the season's going to look, and hopefully the second half helped give you a little bit of a look behind the curtain at my thought process the last couple of years. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I want you guys to get excited because I'm very excited for this W Cup Series tournament coming up. First race is in less than a week. I've already shot it, edited it. Everything you're seeing back there is just for show. Don't get mad at me that, that Paul Menard is ahead of Kevin Harvick. Don't get mad at me for that. This is nothing. I hope you guys are excited about this first race because I definitely am. It came out really, really well, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how you guys react to it. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys again at the racetracks, I suppose. Thank you guys for the support over all these many, many, many years, and I hope that I can count on you guys for many, many years going forward because this has been probably the best thing about my life, probably the best part of my life has been able to make these videos and be a part of this community, albeit online, stuff like this. Getting able to talk and make things about something I'm super duper passionate about. It's honestly a dream come true, and I'm super thankful that I've had this opportunity, and I'd love for it to continue, and I'd love for you guys to always be a part of it. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for always supporting this series, supporting me, supporting whatever I do. That means so much. So thanks everybody, and I'll see you guys next weekend. Have a good one, everyone.